And welcome back to another edition of Running with James. Today, guys, we're going to be doing a leg workout. So you don't need any weights, you won't need any type of bands, you don't need anything but your own body weight and some water. And then maybe a little bit of maybe something that you can put your feet up on, a chair or a sofa or something like that, if you want to make it a little more difficult. We'll get there when we get there, right? So make sure before you get started, obviously, as always, make sure you warm up, do a little stretch. If you're looking for a great little stretch or a great warm up, you can always check right up here. It's a good little 5-10 minute warm up, maybe run a little bit, then do some of these stretches to really get the blood flowing to your legs, hips, and glutes, okay? So this is gonna be very glute specific, very hamstring specific, so get that area extraordinaire, get that big booty popping, right? All right, here we go, guys, let's get it. All right, guys, so first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna kind of go through each individual exercise. And so what's gonna happen is this is gonna be one of those types of workouts where we are gonna do, it's gonna be 4 different movements, and we'll take those 4 different movements and we'll repeat them, okay? So our repetitions for today is gonna be 10, all right? So real simple, you don't have to worry about trying to, is it 10 times 2 or 3? Am I doing 6 of each? The number's 10, okay? For all those out there watching, don't ask me, okay? It's 10, that's always ask me. Okay, I don't want to get frustrated. So, I'm not even talking to anybody. Well, Leah, why are you getting mad at me? All right, so we're gonna do 10, is gonna be our repetitions. The first movement we're gonna do is gonna be a squat. We're gonna jump, and then we're gonna run. Jump, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat, jump, I think this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat, jump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What number is this, Leah? Jump. 6, you're not sure? 8, 9, 10, squat, jump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. All right, catch your breath, let your heart rate come down. We're gonna take 30 seconds, and then we'll move to the next exercise. Okay, guys, so for our next exercise, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a single leg deadlift to a leg raise. Now, the key to this is gonna really be to keeping your core engaged. Try to keep your hips square, so you want your hips and your shoulders square with one another. Now, you may need a wall or a chair or something like that to kind of help keep that balance, right? So here's what we're gonna do. So if you'll turn sideways for me, Leah. Face me. All right, jump out the way, my love. There we go. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. So a couple key things. You wanna make sure your hips are going backwards, right? So come on, stand here and do it with mommy. All right, stand around, flip around. All right, so do what mommy does, right? All right, so here we go. So come on this side so everybody can still see mommy. There we go. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that arms gonna go out in front of us, right? And then we'll come forward, leg up, right? Go forward, right? And then bring it forward, leg up. So keys to this, right? Remember, it's going to be in the core. It's going to be where your balance comes from. Try to keep your hips and your shoulders square, all right? I'm touching her hips. We live in the same house. This is my wife. All right, so here we go. Go forward, and then bring it back up, knee up, and then do it again. Go forward, bring it back up, knee up, right? So instead of having our hands out to the side or down, we want to put them in front of us. That'll help us with our balance. And bring it up. Now, if you have to, right, if you have to put your foot down to catch your balance, right, no big deal. Now, a couple things you may notice, right, is the balance may be off, right? So as we're doing it, what you can actually do is if you have a wall, or maybe you can grab a chair or a table, you can use that as part of your balance, right? So come forward, grab that chair, what have you, right, to kind of help keep your balance, and then come forward. You'll go forward again, touch that chair, whatever it may be, okay? And that'll really help kind of keep you focused, keep your balance where it needs to be. So remember, we want to make sure, as much as we possibly can, keep those hips and shoulders even. So we don't want to be opening our hips up as we're doing this movement. We want to keep our hips and our shoulders fairly even, okay? So as soon as we do this movement on 10 per leg, we'll take a 30-second break, and we'll move back to our original movement. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat, jump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat, jump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat, jump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go all the way up to 10 on that one, take 30 seconds, then we'll move to our second exercise. Good job. All right, guys, so after we take a 30-second break, we're going back into our squats again, right? So here we go, right? And squat, jump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat, jump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat, jump. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat, jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Grab some water, take 30 seconds. We'll do our next movement. All right, guys, so after we take our 30-second break, we're going to move on to our next exercise. Now, this exercise, you're going to need something where you can elevate your feet. So you can use a chair, you can use a sofa, a small step. And the higher the elevation, the more difficult the exercise is going to be. So go ahead and get on your back for me. And we're going to take our feet and put them up on whatever our elevated surface is. The next thing we want to do is make sure that our butt and our knees, all this is 90 degrees, right? So make sure your butt is low enough down. So we're going to take one of our legs, we're going to straighten our leg out, point that toe, right? Kind of keep it out in front of you. There you go. And we're going to bridge up, right? So you're going to come up and down, up and down, up and down, all right? We're going to do a 10 count on this. Now, remember, make sure that we're not arching our backs. We want to keep that core tight, right? Bring those hips forward, all right? And you're really going to be honing in on that one individual hamstring. Now, this is too much of a challenge, right? Maybe if you're struggling, maybe you get to like 5 and your form just falls apart. Put both feet on your chair, right? And then do the exact same movement, okay? So having your feet elevated really is going to help isolate your hamstrings, really at that insertion point where it goes into that glute, and is really going to give you a nice, really nice workout. So if you want to try the single leg bridge on the ground first to make sure you're strong enough, no worries. But let's make sure we get those repetitions in and make sure you're keeping that core engaged. And as always, breathe up. Thank you. All right, so our next movement, right, we're going back to our jump squats once again. Everybody has abandoned me because nobody wants to do this again because I guess it's too difficult, but it's awesome. You guys got it. I believe in you, right? Here we go, right? We're squatting. Jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat. Jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat. Jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat. Jump. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! 30 seconds. Heart rate come down. We'll do the last exercise. All right, so for our fourth exercise, our last exercise, you're going to need some plates or some sliders, something where you can put your feet on and slide them, right? So you can use paper plates, you can use the fine china, whatever you can get away with, doesn't really matter. Just something you can slide across the floor, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get back in that bridge position, so get our butt back on the ground. So we're gonna put our heels onto the plate, okay? So remember, the key first is to make sure those hips are forward and that core is engaged before we bridge up off the ground. Once we're bridged off the ground, we're gonna slide our feet out, and then we're gonna bring them back in, okay? Slide them out, and bring them back in, right? Try to keep those hips up as we're sliding. So remember, we're not arching our back, right? So we wanna keep those hips forward and that core engaged. So keep those hips up, right? So if you're maybe struggling with the form a little bit, and it's not maybe right where it should be, you feel it in your back a bit, well then bridge up and do one leg at a time, right? So do 1, same leg. 2, right? You'll go to 10 on just the one leg. So you'll still get a feeling of the same motion, right? You're still doing that hamstring curl, but you're not putting as much weight, and it really is going to help you with that form a bit. And then as you progress, you get a little bit stronger, then you can start moving out to the double legs at the same time, right? So make sure you hit 10 per side, keeping that core up, those glutes engaged, and then pushing those legs out. So you'll do 10 per side, right? Or 10 total if you're doing both at the same time. Take 30 seconds. And then grab some water, and it's time for some abs. All right, guys, so what we'll do basically is you'll take those exercises, right? So you'll do your squats with your high knees, take a 30-second break, do your first exercise. 30-second break, squat, high knees. 30-second break, your next exercise, right? And you'll do that all the way until you're done with your last exercise. Take about a 2-minute break, grab you some water, rehabilitate, get your mind right, go again. So the goal is to be to do 2 to 3 rounds of those workouts or those exercises together. Now, as you progress, maybe you get to that first round, you're like, I don't think I can do that again. Well, then lower your repetitions on your squats and your high knees, right? So maybe only do 5 squats and 5 of the high knees. And then maybe you could extend the rest a little bit, right? So the goal of this is twofold. Number one, we want to get that heart rate up, get a good sweat going, but then we also want to build some strength, specifically on those hamstrings and glutes. And this is a great workout to do that. So, modify it how you need to, try it out, right? But don't kind of second guess yourself. So in other words, don't limit yourself before you actually do the exercise, before you try it. Give it a shot first. You might be able to do much more than you think you can, all right? So it's time to do some abs, right? So we're gonna need our plates again, okay? Something that can slide on the ground. And so what we're gonna do is we're going to take our plates and we're gonna put them underneath our feet, okay? We've all done mountain climbers before. And so for this particular movement, we're gonna make sure our core is tight, make sure those hips are forward, and we're gonna slide those feet or those knees up to our elbows, okay? So make sure we're not bouncing the backside, right? So we don't want to bounce the butt. We want to keep that back hollowed out and make sure we're pulling, right, and not bouncing. We'll do 10 per leg or a total of 20, however your math works, right? And then take about a 10, 20-second break. We'll move to the next exercise. So the next exercise is gonna be very similar. We're just gonna ramp it up just a bit, okay? So basically what we're gonna do is do the same mountain climber, but with the toe touch, right? So get in that hollow body position, and we're gonna touch, 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 touch. So really control that core. Try to bring those knees up, so try not to open up, right? We wanna make sure we're in this position, in that hollow body, and pull it, right? Same thing, we'll do 10 per side, 20 total, however you want to count it. Take about a 10, 15-second break, move on to the third exercise, okay? So for our third exercise, we probably all remember 7-minute abs. I don't know why somebody didn't come out with 6-minute abs. They would have made so much more money, right? So here's the deal. This time our hands are going to be on the pads instead of our feet. We want to make sure we hollow our back out. So if you have one of those rollers or something, you've probably done something like this before. So the key is to keep your core tight, slide out, and slide it back in, using that core. So really refrain from doing this, okay? Because that's not engaging your core whatsoever. So round that back out, bring those hips forward. You'll go out as far as you feel like you can go and be able to pull it back in by engaging the core, right? So if you can go all the way down, then go all the way down, right? So make sure you're keeping that core tight, abs engaged, right? You can do it on your feet, right? All the way down, and then all the way back up, right? See, I'm not that strong. So we're gonna do 10 repetitions of that, take a little bit of a break, and we're gonna repeat those 3 exercises 3 times, right? And that's it, guys. So doing this exercise, depending on how many breaks you take, depending on where your fitness level is, should take about 30, 45 minutes, so it shouldn't take too long, but I promise you're gonna get a good sweat and you're gonna be feeling the burn. All right, guys, thanks for coming in today. I hope you enjoyed that workout. If you did, make sure you give us a thumbs up. I enjoy so much being able to come and share some of my other aspects of my life that I do. This is pretty much what I do all day, every day, teach classes. And it's been crazy because I haven't been able to do it, right? It's just crazy time that's going on right now. And so, I thank God that we have the ability to be able to do this type of thing so we can try to stay connected and stay healthy, right? And so here's what I challenge you to do. There's this term, that's been everywhere about the social distancing. I'm not a huge fan of it because I believe the last thing we should be doing is social distancing, okay? I understand the concept of staying away from each other as far as physically, right? Not touching one another, being in the same place, right? Staying in your home, stay safe. I believe in it. I agree with it. Let's do that. But socially, we should stay connected, right? So we have all these different media platforms. We've got phones, we can text, we can call. And so here's what I challenge you guys to do. Check on somebody this week. Somebody maybe you haven't talked to in a couple days, maybe in a couple weeks. Give them a call, text them, hit them up on social media, challenge them, do something, right, to kind of, bring this whole social thing back, right? We've got to have a community and we want to stay connected. And I guarantee the only way really we're going to make it through all this tough times, guys, is if we do it together. So check on somebody, challenge them to this workout, right? If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, right? Thank you guys for coming in every single time. As always, never forget that if you can change your mind, you can change your life. And let's do it together, guys. I'll see you later. I'm out.
Welcome back to another edition of Running with James. So you can't be talking in the background, man, while I'm trying to do this. Yeah, you talking. It's ridiculous. Further up this way? No, that way. There we go. I didn't say you move. I said move your feet, clown. Ay, Dios mío. All right, so here's what we're going to do. All right, so we're going to bridge up. So you're going to bring your hips up, bridge up. Okay, we're going to pause the video.
Yeah? No? Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, so for our oh my God.
For your what exercise?
Ay, Dios mío. I have no idea why I just said that. Oh, Jesus. Lord have mercy. What am I thinking about?
We know what they've been doing.
All right. All right, let me get myself together. All right, guys, so for our next exercise.